Welcome to another episode of Crushed But Not Destroyed. I am your host, Kimani Campbell, and with me today I have the beautiful Ariana Lard.
Sat there and I waited. I didn't know why I was there. Nobody told me anything. It was like a big surprise. So I was there sitting down, and then it's like my principal came on the microphone and they were handing out prizes and everything. And then I heard Ariana Lawrence for the Miriam Speed Scholarship.
Wow.
I sat down because I was wondering who Ariana Lawrence was.
Yeah, cannot be you, right?
Cannot be me. Like, what? I didn't even sign up any papers for it. I didn't even enter a competition. Like, okay. So I look in and my friend beside me, Ariana. I said, oh, me! So I got up and I ran up the stairs and everything and I dashed over there. And she handed me the scholarship in my hand. And when she hugged me on stage, she said to me, I told you the Lord will make a way. And that lady today, oh my gosh, Mrs. Douglas Smith, I love her. She handed me the thing. That scholarship was enough to pay for my CXCs in full. I leave back change for lunch money for the week. When we supposed to do my CXC.
Wow.
It took me through. See, after that, I promised myself that anything at all, any move that I'm making, I'm going to do it by faith.
Right.
If it means that I need to just step, 1, 1, 2, 2 step, I will make it because God will make the way for me. Safeless to stay or needless to stay rather. I left high school. I wanted to go to sixth form. I started, but with all the constraints on my family, I started thinking, and my mother even said it to me, don't think about that. You just go to school and get your education, But as I said, I'm very loving and caring, and I thought about my sisters and them being raised in a particular atmosphere. We're still living in Waterhouse, and I know what it's like growing up. I know the emotional abuse that I suffered. And when I was about 17 thereabouts, I said, you know what? I only did 1 year of sixth form, and I said, I will cut out. I stopped doing sixth form. I got different jobs here and there, and I started working. Most of my jobs has been managerial, supervisory positions, and remember, what level of school did I do?
6.
I just did 1 year of sixth form, and one of the first jobs that I did, they wanted me to be an assistant secretary. When I got there, because of how I worked and because of the skill sets that I already had, that I had developed, remember high school, I told you my field, yes. So because of that, they said, you know what, be the assistant manager. Let us move you to that position. And so I was an assistant manager. I was still being a assistant secretary, and I was learning the level between that. Granted, them time there, they want people a little bit of money so you can all of the work, and I did money for me was not it.
Right.
The experience
was
everything for me. So I stayed in that place. I grew in that place, and when it was nearing to about me turning about 19 going 20, I remember I was working somewhere with my mom, and I stopped working, and I wanted a particular job. I said to the Lord, I've been in a call center before to show you. So I'm like, Lord, I've tested the different fields, and I really want something that is going to, one, be diverse, and I'm going to have the freedom. And I remember getting up one day and saying to my mom, Mommy, I'm going to get a job today. That's exactly what I said. I said, Mommy, I'm going to get a job today. And they were having a job fair in New Kingston, and I took up all of my documents and everything. Mommy said, job fair? So well, if people look at it, I said, Mommy, I'm going to get a job today.
You're going to get a job, right.
So I left out of the house, and boy, I went to that job fair. When I went there, I never know so much young people in Jamaica. Listen, I never know that there were so many people that wanted jobs. So of course I was there, and the line was so long. And I said, no God, this is wickedness. I remember really praying, and I said, no God, this people should not have to go through this. No. I looked at it and I said, you know what, I'll go stay in the line. Even if it means I have to be the last person that I interview, I'll go stay in the line.
Right.
So was in the line, and some of the persons came out and they walked down into the line to just check your resumes. A lady came to me and she checked my resume and she said, "You're unqualified." Just like that, "You're unqualified. You can come out of the line."
Wow.
Father, she's not talking to me. She's not talking to me, though. So she looked at me. "You're unqualified. You can't come out of the line." Like, it's so brutal, you know. And I'm like,
no,
she's not talking to me. So I was there, and she actually said, "Excuse me, ma'am." Yes. You're not supposed to be in the line anymore. Check your resume. There's no job positions in there for you. I stepped out of the line and I still stood there. And so I said, "You know what? I will walk straight up there, Lord." So I walked straight up to the people in decks. Remember, you know, line of thing. I walked straight up there. When I went up there was a man there that was also searching the resumes. I showed him my resume and qualifications and everything. He told me that there were positions there that I could fill, but they're not going to take me because there are way more persons who are qualified.
Right.
So I said, "Okay, Lord, this is definitely not it, but I'm getting a work today." So I was there, all calm, content. One of the things, I don't get fussy, I don't get angry easily. So I was there, I have patience.
Yes, patience is everything.
Yeah. So I was there and I'm like, "You know what, God? Alright, what are you saying now?" So I was just there standing. I saw two girls coming in front of me, literally in front of me, having a conversation. Like they were talking to me, but they weren't talking to me, they were talking to each other. And then they said, "May here's one next job for the room there, you know." And I don't know anywhere in Kingston. I don't know anywhere like that. So when they said round there, so I'm going to one taxi, I jump in that taxi too.
Might as well.
Jump in that taxi too, and then like they reach, I can't even tell you where it is, some off place. And when they came out, it was there to halfway tree. When they came out, I saw them walking to a building, so I walked behind them. When I reached, I saw a room again full of people.
Wow.
And I'm like, mighty God. I was leaving from one full room of people.
Coming to another one.
Coming to another. Not bad. So much people can't want a job, God. And I sat there, and I remember sitting there, and they took a paper to me, and they said I have to do the math that is on the paper. Now, math is me. I love mathematics, I love English distinctions. No, I was there, and they took the paper to me, and as I skimmed over the paper, front and back, normally what I do is just go through papers. I go through it, I skim it, and then I go back. Boom, 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 done.
Right.
I raised my hand to give back the paper. Please check over here. I checked it. I double checked it.
Yes.
Okay. Come for the paper. Did you use a phone? No, phone is in my handbag. My handbag is on the chair. Okay. Marked it. Come back with the paper. I think it was 90 something. And gave it back to me and said, "You can go in this line over here." So I said, "Okay." Went into the line. They gave me some papers and stuff, and interview process started. I went to the first interviewer, and when I sat before her and I started speaking, she said, Can I have your resume? Just a second. She looked at it. "What position are you applying for?" I said, "Whatever position I can occupy." And she said, "Okay, I'm going to let somebody higher than me interview. I think you'll be suited for a supervisory role."
Wow.
So I said, "Okay, no problem." I said, "Back up, okay, God. Watch me thinking of the job I get now." So I'm there now, and then she go for the next interviewer. When the next interviewer come, this interviewer said to me, "Can I see your resume again?" After just speaking, you know.
Right.
She looked at my resume and everything and bought a house. Hold on, I'm going to let my manager interview you. When I went to her manager, that manager was the CEO of the entire facilities or branches that they have. She's the one who interviewed me. During the interview process, she said that your resume came to me with high recommendations and persons just met you. And they want you to be either a supervisor or a manager. And she said, what I would put you as is a manager. After having done the interview, she said, what the position I would place you in is a manager, but you definitely won't have a seat to sit down into the facilities and stuff. I said to her, "That's not a problem. I will work on my feet. I'm a person that I will stand." So I said, that's not a problem. Not a problem for me at all. So here we are signing up papers and everything. And when I was about to leave to go do my final documentation, a young, well, not a young lady, she's pretty elderly. She came to me, she stopped to me, and she asked me if she could take a picture of my qualifications. And if she could send it to a friend of hers that is just starting a new company and business. And I said, sure. When she came and she said that and she took the resume, of course I thought that it was, so, okay, we'll get a call in about 2-3 days. By the time I left the place and I was on the taxi heading home to Waterhouse, my mother called my phone to say, there's somebody who wants you to have an interview. It's like I interviewed on the Sunday. And I went to that place on the Sunday. When I went to that place, just the place, it was on top of Island Grilling Crossroad. You know how that area looks?
Yes.
So I'm walking up there, I'm like,
Oh, what kind of place is
this not safe. This don't safe.
Yeah, what kind of place is this?
Yeah. So I was there and I'm like, okay, Lord, whatsoever you were saying, yeah? I went in, they opened the door and everything, and I went in and I did the interview. When I did the interview, the lady in there asked me, how soon I'll be able to start? I said, effective immediately. One of the things that the lady who get me the interview said to me, what you can do, Ariana, just look at the pricing that they're paying you there and what they're paying you here and compare them and choose the best one. When at that company, it's Canopy Insurance. That's the company I'm now working for.
Wow.
When I started with that company, I started as just a regular customer service representative. And when I started with them, it was calm, it didn't really demand much from me.
Right.
And I remember always saying to the Lord that I wanted something that would have been diverse, something that would have stretched my capacities. And I said, you know what, God, do what you do.
Right.
So I started working with them as a customer service representative. Well, they took me everywhere. I thought I didn't know anywhere before. After that, I knew everywhere you can think of. While I was there, I was promoted. I got the job. I got the job there. And one of the things too that I want to point out, this job was paid way less than what the first job would have paid me.
Wow.
But I prayed about it and the Lord said here.
Right.
The Lord said here. So I went there.
Right.
When I came home, I told my mommy, what did I say about the job? What did I say about the job?
You're going to get it today.
Today! And sure enough, the job
Right.
started the Monday. I literally stopped working the Friday,
Right.
did interviews within the weekend and started working back on the Monday. It was
Wow.
like not even a break. When you see that, you know that is definitely the hand of God.
Right.
That has been what it has been whenever I have a transition with jobs. I normally end working on the Friday and start a new job come the Monday.
Wow.
I've never been out of a job for a long, lengthy period. To God be the glory.
To God be the glory.
When I started working with them as a customer service rep, swiftly, I moved from that position to being a claims officer, where I was submitting health claims and all of that. And then I moved from all of that to just being the supervisor of the claims department, youngest supervisor, 21 years old, and very much looking forward to being the manager.
Wow. Awesome.
Growing into that. One of the things that I can say throughout that entire period is that I had low moments.
Right.
I had times when emotionally I was broken. But my faith in God, what I know that He can do for me, always kept me going. It's like I was one step ahead of the enemy.
Right.
You know, sometimes you watch those things and it's like we're one step ahead.
Yes.
I was one step ahead of the
One
enemy.
step ahead.
Everything that He came with, I was a step ahead of that.
Right.
One of the things too, I normally have visions. That's how the Lord communicate with me. Anytime something is about to go wrong with a family member, myself, in my life, I would have a vision before.
Right.
Even though I didn't flesh it out and understand it, I saw it before.
Right.
So when it came to me, it was almost as if
You
the Lord
already
said,
knew.
prepared.
You were already prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
So when it happens now, it's just like, okay, Lord, you saw this, I saw it too.
Yes.
Let's move past it.
Right.
You know? And it gives me that confidence in the Lord to say, I know who I serve.
Right.
I know who I serve. So every step that I take, as I said, it has been a faith walk for me. Being there at Canopy, still there now. My gosh. I can't say, you go to different jobs and it's like it's hard and
It's stressful and
know,
everything.
man.
Monday coming, you don't want to go because they're like,
When I'm there, one of the things, remember I told you I wanted something that would stretch me,
Right.
My God. Every skill that I have, everything that I think that I grew into, right there on the job, displayed.
Wow.
My clients, you can ask my clients about me. When clients spend their time, whenever it comes to Easter, every holiday, Easter, they just send things around Christmas and things there. I get it right through.
Wow.
The other day, a client of mine called me to say, I have a book for you, book. No, I have a gift for you. I said, a gift? Okay. When are you going to be in office? I'm working from home now. It's going sometimes.
Yes.
Just have a gift for you. When I look at the gift, I was praying to God. I wanted a calendar. I'm somebody, I love books and novels and stuff, and I like those little, journals. So I said I wanted something that would be like a calendar journal in a sense. And I got one with my name engraved on it in gold.
Wow.
With a nice pen too. And I'm like, my God. Hey. It's a small things for me. That's the other thing. It's a small things for me. So yeah, in all of that, through all the struggles, through all the pains, the heartaches, emotional abuse, the look up buff buff, where you get. I can say I've truly matured and grown. At 21, for me to be able to say to you, confidence, even though sitting with you and talking to you, you can see the growth. And I've been in so many different places, both low places and high places. And throughout it all, I've been humbled.
Alright, I've listened to you speak and all of that. I've enjoyed it. But my question to you, right? Persons who are watching who have gone through emotional abuse, what encouragement, a go-to scripture that you might have, a song that you might have to help to lift their spirits, because emotional abuse is one of the abuse that have been overlooked. A lot of focus have not been placed on such things, because we as Jamaicans, we grow up and persons tell us this, you see like you want this father, or you're not so pretty, or them tell you a lot of stuff and they're not really realizing that too in itself is abuse. So how do you encourage someone who has gone through that?
So firstly, before I even give the encouragement, if you are out there and you have experienced emotional abuse, I want to just say this to you. You are not alone. It might seem like it's just words to people who don't understand it. But for those of us who, it's really not just words. You are telling me and defining my worth before I even have the chance to get out there and actually be somebody. You are messing with my destiny. The first thing that I want to say to you is, they are not holders of that destiny.